Welcome to the annual PBSO Volunteer Services Awards ceremony, recognizing those who have committed their time and talents to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Volunteer Services Unit over the past year.
And welcome to the 2014 Annual Volunteer Luncheon. On behalf of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Bradshaw, good morning. At this time, I'd like to ask you to stand for invocation by Chaplain Bill Derryberry.
O thou who dost answer by many names when called upon by sincere hearts, we thank you for the Volunteer Services Division of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. We recognize your blessings on our past as evidenced by the exceptional and effective endeavors of today's honorees. We ask your continued guidance as we are intent on doing good work. We seek to represent fairly and well those who have given us this task. May our personal faiths give us the strength to act with integrity and honesty in all matters. And as we seek to serve our community, may we use our resources wisely, represent all members of our community fairly, seeking always the common good. As trusted servants, we seek your blessing today and every day. And as we humbly express our gratitude for this meal prepared for us, may we be strengthened by it, and may we, refreshed for service, go forth from here recommitted to do something to build our community, making it stronger and better and safer for our neighbors, families, and ourselves. Amen.
Thank you. Please remain standing for presentation of the colors from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Volunteer Honor Guard. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. I didn't expect that.
You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to make a presentation to Constance Allen, who provide a patriotic contribution to the volunteers in the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, and that beautiful voice of yours. She came into our office to interview and to sing for us, and after the first couple of notes came out, I think you can see why we asked her to sing for us today. For this, we thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so proud. Look at this. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
A couple decades ago, when I was a deputy sheriff here, I had applied to be a deputy in the volunteer unit. And at that time, I was told that I was too young, that I wouldn't be understood by the volunteers. And I was a little upset about that at the time, but as time goes on, God has a plan for you and he moves you around as he sees fit. Well, a couple of years ago, I was asked to be the commander of the volunteer unit. And I was sitting down with Larry Wolf. Anybody know Larry Wolf? Larry Wolf was here today. I think I saw him in the hallway a couple times, shaking everybody's hand. But I was sitting down with Larry Wolf, and I was explaining the irony of not being accepted into the unit as a deputy, but today I'm accepted as the commander of the unit. And Larry said to me, he says, Pat, he says, it's not your age, it's your wisdom that you gain in life. And to our volunteers, I want to thank you for the wisdom that you bring to our agency. I see where it all came together. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce our sheriff, Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. I'd like to say a few words. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you. Actually, there's two people, Larry Wolf and Adele Abbott, that really do a great job, and I wanted to make sure that we recognize them without a doubt. Before we got started, I did an interview back there with Channel 12 and Channel 5, and they asked me the question. They said, well, why is this a special day? I mean, why do you do this? It was a longer answer than they wanted, but the fact of the matter is, I told them, you know, the volunteers give us something that is the most precious quality and quantity that anybody has to give. That's their personal time. They do this because they have the heart to do it, the desire to do it. But what it does for this agency, I don't think that the general public ever really gets their arms around that. I mean, yes, there's going to be a check presentation up here of a huge amount of hours that translates into dollars. And that's tremendous, especially in these budget times when we have to fight for every dollar that we need, and rightfully so, because times have been lean. But the resource that we have in this room and what you bring to the agency and the community that we serve is priceless. I can't begin to tell you the number of charity events that we've been involved with in the county that I see the volunteers there all the time. We couldn't afford to do that without the volunteers. I've seen them standing in the rain, men and women standing in the rain, shoulder to shoulder with the deputies, helping with traffic, helping at our critical incident scenes. And there's probably not one particular place in the organization that we don't have volunteers, whether it's the Marine unit, mounted unit, K-9, special response in the detective bureaus, the people that are in the neighborhoods that are our eyes and ears that help us, you know, with patrol techniques there, because we can't be everywhere, and to have another set of eyes and ears there is invaluable. So it is a special day. It is a special time for us to do a little bit other than just passing by and saying thanks, is to have something where we can honor you and say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because we do every day thank you from the bottom of our hearts for what you do, and the people of this county are lucky to have you, so thank you for being here. There's 4 people here that I want to have stand up for a minute. It's the mayor, the commission mayor Taylor is here, Commissioner Valashay, Commissioner Berger, and Commissioner Vanna and Commissioner Abrams. I will tell you unequivocally, because I interact with them on a consistent basis, every single person that just stood up there at the commission is a huge supporter of the sheriff's office, not only in words but in deeds. When it comes time for our budget, they scrutinize it, and rightfully so, because every single dime needs to be accounted for, but they understand what we do. They have taken time to say, I want to understand what your agency does. They've come over there, they've seen it, they've been in their districts, and they know that when it comes time to say, I approve the sheriff's budget, that it's going to be for the good of the community, and those resources are going to go back to make Palm Beach County the safest place it can be. So thank you, commissioners, very much for your support. At this time, I'd like Mayor Taylor and Colonel Fano to come up, please. We have a little presentation here, and I want you to take notice of the amount on the face of this check.
One of the highlights of this banquet is for me to, on behalf of the volunteers, present the check to the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, our own Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. This check represents the hours and the amount of value-added services provided to the agency from the volunteers who contributed their time and talents. I proudly present the check in the amount of $7,912,968.84.